Hi, I'm Jimmy. In this video, we're looking at Oracle's mandatory convertible preferred stock. Basically, it's a preferred share where if we bought it right now at the current price, we would get a dividend yield of a bit more than 7.5%. And then in January of 2029, we would end up with the shares of Oracle stock. So if we are interested in investing in a company like Oracle, the real question is, do we want to invest in Oracle preferred or do we want to invest in Oracle underlying stock? So we're going to answer that question. Now, I recently did a video just like this for Google or Alphabet preferred. Alphabet issued similar preferreds. Oracle's, they get converted in January of 2029. Alphabet's get converted in May of 2029. I'll leave a link in the description of this video for the Alphabet one if you're curious, for the Alphabet video if you're curious. Okay, so we can see right here on the Investors Go website that Oracle's trading at about $140 per share right now. We can also see on their dividend chart here that they pay about a 1.5% dividend. So we're going to assume that we buy the Oracle stock at 140, whatever the exact price. I'll put the exact price up here is. We're going to assume that we buy it right there, or we're going to compare that to what the returns would be if we bought the Oracle preferred. Here's the price for the Oracle preferred shares. Okay, so here's how this would work. What happens is we buy preferred shares, and in January of 2029, those preferred, January 15th, 2029, those preferred shares are going to convert into Oracle underlying shares. So we're going to get actual Oracle shares. Now, the trick is, what is the ending price? Well, if the price is low, in fact, if it's below 160.06, I believe it is, I'll put the actual price up on screen here. If it's below 160.06 in January of 2029, well, then we get the maximum conversion rate, which is 0.3124 shares. Put another way, if you owned one preferred share, and January 2029 came, and it's below $160 per share, well, you would, on the day of the conversion, you'd have about 1/3 of one underlying Oracle share. Put another way, buy 3 preferred shares, 3.2 preferred shares, you get 1 Oracle share. So with that in mind, what would the math be on the downside? Okay, so let's assume this underlying stock fell to $100 a share. Well, if we got involved today, and we bought 1 share of underlying, or we spent that same exact amount of money on preferred shares, so the same investment went in both scenarios. Well, if you bought the underlying stock and we assumed you collected the dividend, and we're going to assume that the dividend stays at 50 cents a quarter. That's what Oracle's underlying is actually paying right now. So we're going to assume it stays at 50 cents a quarter. Well, your total return would be about negative 25% because you're paying $140 a share. It's dropping down to $100 a share, but you did collect some dividend along the way. Now, with the preferred shares, you're paying a bit over $41 per preferred share, but you're collecting a much, much higher dividend. In fact, you're collecting about $8.12 in dividends between now and when these get converted over. So because of that, our losses in that scenario would be significantly less. The losses would be right around about 8%. So in that case, it's far smarter to buy the preferred if we're worried about if we're worried about the stock pulling back a bit. And by the way, the stock has already pulled back a bit. We're already at the point where we're getting the maximum conversion rate. Now, on the flip side, if the stock went higher, the minimum conversion rate break-even point is at about $200 a share. It's like $200.06, I think it is. So let's assume the stock goes to $200 a share. Well, in that scenario, you actually want to own the underlying. If we were to buy the preferred, we'd be up about 35%. But if we bought the actual underlying stock, if we bought actual Oracle stock and went to $200 a share in 2029, January of 2029, well, we'd be up about 46%. So in that case, it would make far more sense to buy the underlying shares. So a lot of this depends on whether or not we think the stock is going to go higher or lower. Now, for me on a personal basis, like I said, I did a video on Google's preferreds, and their preferred, mandatory convertible preferreds is very similar to the way Oracle has their setup. But I actually think that Oracle has far more question marks around their longevity and where their stock price will be versus Google, I think Alphabet's such a big player that it's a little bit safer. And, with Oracle, it's already pulled back some. So I would be more inclined to take them up on this preferred offer. This preferred offer is an interesting one. And here's the interesting part. The assumption with Oracle Preferred, the baseline number was based off of a $50 price for the preferred shares. That's why if you look at the numbers, it's actually a 6.5% dividend is what the preferred is called. It's called a preferred 6.5% mandatory convertible preferred. But that, if you pay 42 and it's 6.5 is what you're going to collect, the dividend doesn't change just because the underlying price stays the underlying price moves. The underlying price moves, the dividend stays the same. So if you pay a lower price, you get a much higher dividend yield because you paid less for the same dividend. Hopefully that makes sense. But the trick here is that it's not like a bond. If this were a bond, you would know you'd be getting $50 when it matures. This thing doesn't mature. It's going to convert. And the fact that they have a changing conversion rate based on the underlying price is where it gets tricky. Because essentially what you're doing is you're protecting your downside, but giving up some upside, as we saw with the example. If this stock goes very high, well, you're not going to make as much as if you just bought the Oracle stock. But if the stock goes low, you're going to have that convertible dividend to help you. It's, help shield some of the losses. So I do think that this is an interesting investment to consider. And for me, this is one of those that I'm going to be watching. I'm impressed that the stock's already fallen. The preferred shares have already fallen from 50 down to 42 or so. So I'll be interested in watching this. I'm going to actually put this one in my bullpen because this is one of those that at the right price could be an interesting one. Now, if you want to sign up to get access to the Investors Grow website, I'll leave a link right here, a link in the description below. And thank you so much for sticking with me all the way to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.